Hi, I'm Mark Gaylor. I'm a Sony Imaging Ambassador, and this is the follow-up for my Alpha 1 preview video that I released not so long ago. Since that time, however, an Alpha 1 has arrived, and I've spent the last 60 hours doing 7 shoots on location to see whether this camera lives up to all of the promise that I outlined in my video. Okay, so without much further ado, let's get started. Obviously, we've got this zoomed in shot of this wedge-tail eagle, and I did subtitle my Alpha 1 preview video "Shut Up and Take My Money" because of the money shot, which was the IAF, or the bird IAF. Now, what I've done is I've posted a full-size image gallery to my Flickr Pro account. So I will give you time just to take note where that is. So it's just www.flickr.com/gp/Mark Gaylor /my37u8. Okay, so that should get you to those. If you do have any problems, I'll be back online and sharing a full review movie very shortly. Okay, so as I said, those are full Alpha 1 images, full-size image. I haven't done any noise reduction or sharpening in post-production, and towards the latter part of the testing, I actually zeroed the sharpening in camera and switched off the high ISO noise reduction as well. I did want you to see what these images would look like before being processed. Now, I haven't been able to access the raw files at this current moment in time because programs like Capture One and Lightroom won't open these raw files. They're too new to be opened, but that will change in the next few weeks, I'm sure. Okay, so first morning out, pre-dawn, just a bit of a street photography shot there. We've got elevated ISOs on most of these shots. I know most people want to see, will this outperform an Alpha 7 R4? Will it be as good at the high ISO range as an Alpha 9 II? Now, I'm not going to say whether this camera is better or worse at this point in time. I'm just going to let you see the full-size images and zoom in if you want, and I'll let you be the judge of this. Now, there will be a lot of camera reviewers showing a lot of slides with numbers, not showing a lot of photographs typically. So just beware of photographers who are not showing you things that are moving rapidly. If they're doing bird photographs in their back garden with a little a sparrow hopping around, or if they've got their children running around, that's not what this camera is designed for. This camera is designed for rapid action. Okay, and so we got human IAF, animal IAF and bird IAF, and I did want to test all of those and use the high ISO. And the high ISO becomes because I'm using shutter speeds generally faster than 1/2000th of a second. So as you can see, I've got a little bit of a flying theme going on here, and obviously these guys don't strike these poses from a static position. It's very much run and elevate into these positions to be able to strike these taekwondo poses, if you like, or attacking poses. So as you can see, the distance up from the ground there's a lot of rapid twirling and jumping and kicking, and of course the IAF is bang on. Okay, and I'm shooting typically 20 or 30 frames per second at the full resolution. Now I'm shooting JPEGs to one card, RAW to the other, but these are just off the camera. Now what you're looking here is there's some cropping going on, but the gallery will show you the full-size images. Some of them will be a little bit crooked, and I've done minimal processing. Some people always wonder how much processing I've done. I haven't done a lot. I zeroed out the entire creative style. It's got a bit of a new name on this camera, but I zeroed out all of the settings, and I've only used the basic panel just to do the highlights, shadows, to get the tonality in order. But what I do want you to see is both the sharpness of the image, the noise in the background, the bokeh where it's going to be most visible, and as you can see from all of these shots, we're getting rapid action, and the camera's on the money. 99% of the time the camera is on the eye. There is always the opportunity opportunity to miss with any of these photograph shots. Now if your family dog can't get up to speed, then I zoomed off to the greyhound track. I do recommend you be selective about who you're listening to when they're reviewing this camera. Let them show you the fast, rapid action shots before you let them convince you that this camera performs one way or the other. So again, we've got iFocus. This was the FE200-600 G lens at high ISO. Now there has been some talk about with Alpha 7 R4 owners having that 200-600 not performing as well as they'd hoped. So I'll let you make up your mind here. These dogs are hitting 70 kilometers an hour on the bend here. They're coming off a long straight. They're not slouches, these greyhounds. You can see how muscular these dogs are, and this is as I said, this is hardly a crop at all. I've just cropped this to 16:9 for this little video that I'm showing now, but go and look at the hero images. I'm just admiring the chest muscles on this dog here. I haven't reviewed these images myself for very long. I've just grabbed them from the camera so you can see what's happening, because the embargo lifts as of now. Okay, so there was the shut up and take my money. I showed somebody else's eagle image, and now this is my eagle image. This this eagle is doing a backflip to catch some feed that's been thrown up by the handler here, which is why he's doing these aerial acrobatics. I've zoomed in on this one so you can see, and I've got the full pattern inside the eye there, so absolutely fabulous, I have to say. I got so close to the eagle in this shot, I'm actually using the FE135 f1.8 G Master lens, and typically I'll be shooting at 1/4000th of a second with a bright aperture. Got lots of these, you know, and you can see the claws are slightly soft because we're working with very shallow depth of field. Just cast your eye up to the eye, and there's the focus point there. So the camera is doing what it promised to do with this lens camera combination. And again, going back to the dogs, as I said, I did 7 shoots. I did a dawn shoot, typically a midday shoot, and a late afternoon shoot. And this I actually contacted a guy who throws these frisbees for dogs. Okay, they're flipping dogs, I think, or I'll give you the links to these so you can go and chase this guy down. Amazing. He's got some very fast, rapid, well-trained dogs there. He's getting just above the water there, about to dive bomb that frisbee on the right-hand side. Here he is doing a U-turn at full speed because he's overshot the direction of the frisbee. And here we go. This dog is launching off the back of the owner here and catching that frisbee mid-air, and I've tracked that with the Animal IF all the way across so it doesn't accidentally pick up the handler as I pan past the handler there. And as you can see, definitely the IF is on that dog, just about to land on the owner's back there to get elevation for the frisbee that's about to be thrown. And there he goes again, off into space. As I said, I did want to make flight a bit of a theme for the last 60 hours shooting here. And here is a dog I shot a couple of years ago now with the launch of the FE400 f2.8. It's getting a little bit older, a little bit slower, but this Australian cattle dog can still motor, and as you can see they're just about to dive bomb his tennis ball there, defying gravity there seemingly, and just descending for a point of impact there, and there he goes, smash. Big explosion of sand, and now we play spot the tennis ball. He's actually got a mouthful of sand here now. And back to the racetrack for those greyhounds now. Okay, so charging pack array. I'm trying to pick out the dog that's about to win. It's hard, I have to say. This is the first time I've photographed greyhounds in that competitive launch down the straight now. But as you can see, we're getting some good sharp focus. I think the focus has gone to the dog on the left. You just pick one dog and hopefully he works his way to the front of the pack there. And okay, great. This is actually just full frame crop to 16:9 at I think 3200 ISO, so we can see still good at high ISO. I switched out to the FE 600mm f4 lens now, cracking lens, bit big for me, but there you go. So just finishing up there, and the light has really faded now. I think we're up to 20,000 ISO. You can see the noise in the background, but I haven't done any noise reduction, so be kind. We are and as I said, the proof of the pudding will be in the raw images. I'm not used to doing the work on these JPEGs, but as I said, I've only done a little bit of retouching, but there we go. Tracking right round the corner there. The focus still seems to be on the eye at this point. Okay, so that's the one. There's the promise. Go back and look for that link, and I'll put the link in the info section below. Go and look at those photographs, and I'll let you decide whether this is maybe a future purchase for yourself. And just remember, if you sort of can't afford the one, just remember this technology will work its way down to future cameras. Maybe not this year, but this is a great camera for Sony to showcase what their engineers can do when they're not restrained by cost factor. Okay, so catch me online. Head over to my website, give me the thumbs up. And I'll catch you on next time with a full review of the Alpha 1. Okay, catch you later.